What if I told you that you could have a heart attack and never even know it happened? No crushing chest pain, no dramatic collapse. Just silence while your heart is quietly scarred forever. Doctors call it a silent heart attack. It doesn't shout, it whispers. And millions of Americans have already had one without realizing until years later. Imagine going in for a routine checkup. You feel fine. Then the doctor shows you an ECG and says you had a heart attack maybe years ago. How could something so serious slip by unnoticed? No crushing chest pain. No Hollywood-style collapse. Just vague fatigue, shortness of breath, or what felt like heartburn. That's the danger. Silent heart attacks leave scars on the heart muscle, damage that never heals. And every scar makes the next heart attack more deadly. The American Heart Association estimates that 1 in 4 heart attacks is silent. That means someone you know, maybe even you, could already have one. Unlike the dramatic attacks you see on TV, these events don't trigger alarms. They creep in quietly, damaging the heart while life goes on as usual. And because they feel mild, many people shrug them off. A little fatigue, a night of indigestion. They never realize it was their heart crying for help. But every silent heart attack adds up. More damage, weaker pumping, higher chance of heart failure or sudden death later on. So how does this happen? How can your heart be under attack while you barely feel a thing? Let's look inside and see the science behind the silence. A silent heart attack is not harmless. It's the same process as a regular heart attack. An artery is blocked, blood supply is cut off, and heart muscle starts to die. The only difference? The body's alarm system doesn't sound. Damage still builds, but without dramatic pain. It all begins with plaque. Over years, fatty deposits and cholesterol stick to the artery walls. Slowly, they harden and narrow the vessel, like rust clogging a pipe. During this stage, you may feel perfectly fine. But inside, your lifeline is shrinking day by day, silently. When oxygen is cut off, heart muscle dies. Usually, this agony triggers crushing chest pain and spreads to the arm or jaw. But in a silent heart attack, the pain signal is weak or misdirected. The destruction is just as real, but you never get the urgent warning you expect. One major reason is diabetes. High blood sugar damages the nerves, especially those carrying pain from the heart. When the artery is blocked, the alarm wires are frayed. The pain message never fully reaches the brain. The heart is in crisis, but you may feel nothing at all. Even without diabetes, symptoms may appear in unexpected ways. Some feel back pain, jaw ache, or what seems like simple indigestion. Others notice sudden fatigue or shortness of breath. Because these don't scream heart attack, many people dismiss them as minor problems. For women, the signs are often subtler. Nausea, dizziness, or cold sweats may be the only clues. For older adults, it may feel like ordinary aging, weakness, tiredness, or lightheadedness. But behind these excuses, the heart could be losing precious muscle forever. Risk factors make silent attacks more likely. Diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, obesity, and smoking each add pressure on the heart. Millions of Americans carry more than one risk at the same time, stacking the odds dangerously against them. When multiple risks combine, the danger multiplies. Someone with diabetes and high blood pressure is far more likely to suffer silent damage than someone with just one. It's like piling weight onto a cracking bridge. The collapse becomes only a matter of time. Here's the cruel trick. No pain does not mean no problem. Each silent attack leaves scar tissue on the heart. Unlike skin, these scars don't heal. They remain stiff and lifeless, making the heart pump less effectively. Over time, every scar makes the heart weaker. Many people only discover their silent heart attack years later during an ECG, an ultrasound, or a stress test. By then, the heart muscle may already be permanently damaged. You can't undo the past, but you can take action to protect your future. This is why silent heart attacks are so dangerous. They trick people into feeling safe while their heart carries invisible scars. Understanding the science is the first step. But what does this look like in everyday life? Let's meet someone whose story shows how easy it is to miss. Meet John, 45 years old, busy father of two. One night, he felt pressure in his stomach, some fatigue, and broke into a light sweat. He thought it was heartburn after a heavy dinner. He took antacids, went to bed, and never imagined it was his heart. Days passed, John felt better. Life returned to normal: work, family, sports. What he didn't know, that heartburn was a silent heart attack. His heart muscle had been scarred, leaving a permanent mark that no pill could erase. Years later, during a routine exam, an ECG revealed irregular patterns. The doctor explained John had suffered a heart attack long ago. He was shocked. How could something so serious have happened without him ever realizing it? John's story isn't rare. 1 in 4 heart attacks is silent, according to the American Heart Association. Millions of Americans are walking around with hidden heart scars, unaware of the danger inside their own chest. The trap is how easy it is to mistake the symptoms. Mild fatigue, blame stress. Indigestion, blame food. Back pain, blame posture. Each time, the real warning is ignored, and the heart pays the price in silence. Even doctors face challenges. Silent attacks don't show dramatic symptoms, and patients often don't seek help. Unless tests are run, the damage stays invisible, like cracks hidden behind fresh paint. Another pitfall: many people believe heart attacks must always cause crushing chest pain. That's the movie version. Reality is quieter, trickier, and more dangerous because it fools even the cautious ones. The danger is cumulative. Each silent attack leaves scars. Over time, these scars weaken the heart's pump, raising the risk of heart failure and sudden death. The damage doesn't shout, but the consequences echo for a lifetime. So what can we learn from John and from millions like him? Don't wait for chest pain. The heart can suffer quietly. Recognizing the subtle signs may be the difference between catching it early or discovering it years too late. Real-life stories show how easily silent attacks slip past. They are not rare, not harmless, and not something to ignore. Next, let's see what you can actually do. Tests, habits, and choices to protect your heart before silence strikes again. So what should you watch for? If you feel sudden shortness of breath, unexplained fatigue, or cold sweats, don't ignore them. Especially if these symptoms come with pressure in the back, jaw, or stomach, treat them as red flags for your heart. If symptoms strike suddenly and don't improve, call emergency services right away. Minutes matter. Every minute without oxygen means more heart muscle dying. Fast action can save not only your life, but the strength of your heart for the years ahead. What will doctors do? First, an electrocardiogram, or ECG, looks at your heart's electrical signals for past or current damage. Blood tests, especially troponin levels, reveal if heart cells have died. These tools expose what the silence tried to hide. Sometimes an ultrasound or stress test is needed. These show how well the heart pumps and if blood flow is blocked during exercise. Together, these tests reveal scars, weakness, or hidden blockages that could cause future silent attacks. But tests only tell part of the story. To truly protect your heart, prevention is key. That means lowering blood pressure, controlling cholesterol, and keeping blood sugar steady. These steps reduce the chances of plaque building up and cracking in the first place. Lifestyle makes the biggest difference. Quitting smoking immediately cuts your risk. Regular physical activity strengthens the heart muscle and keeps arteries flexible. Even brisk walking for 30 minutes most days can lower your chances of silent damage. Stress control is another hidden weapon. Chronic stress releases hormones that raise blood pressure and strain the heart. Practices like deep breathing, mindfulness, or simply enough sleep give the heart a break, lowering risk in powerful ways. Regular checkups matter. Don't wait until symptoms appear. A routine ECG or blood pressure check can uncover risks early. Think of it as a safety net, catching problems before they become silent scars on your heart. Remember, silent heart attacks are not rare. They are common, dangerous, and easy to miss. By paying attention to subtle signs and controlling risk factors, you can dramatically lower your chances of being caught off guard. No pain does not mean no problem. The heart can suffer silently, leaving scars that last a lifetime. But you have the power to act now, through knowledge, habits, and regular care, to protect your heart before silence strikes again. Silent heart attacks remind us danger isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, creeping, and deadly. Next, we'll uncover another silent threat, even more common: high blood pressure, known as the silent killer. Stay tuned.